5. In the bottom left-hand corner of this overgrowth map, playing for no team at all and with no identity, and actually called E. It's E. And his opponent in the top right-hand side, playing for FX84, is the Terran player Jin. Apparently it looks like Cabrera might be back later, but yes, I'm planning on having finished casting by then, so we'll see what happens. I'm not going to put the games to the back of the stack just because he might be late. I want to get them done, they're good. So, we're getting into this game, and the standard PvT openers presumably would be 13 Gateway, 15 Gas versus Reaper opening, which is 12-12. Getting that in there to try and deal with some damage to the probe line, at least get some scouting information off so that we can find out what the hell is going on. At the moment, we are going to have to put this up as barcode versus... how many? I don't even know how many barcode lines that is. We'll just put it down as barcode versus Jin. You know what? I really want to see someone called Tonic fight this guy called Jin, but we are seeing what looks like a fairly standard Reaper opening. We're seeing the gas finish up just in time to get about 40 gas out of it before the barracks finishes. Let's see. By the way, Protoss getting this pylon up here, super useful. Means you have vision over the important parts of your base. That includes the bit where people like to drop Nidus networks. But it's actually probably useful for drops in this place. Fleur from the chat pointing out that if we actually scan this guy's name, we get 20% off groceries at our local grocery store. So... oh well, let's see what happens as a result. The anti-Reaper wall is good and strong. We like that. Just getting up the ability to zone the Reaper so that they can't have free reign around the base. They can still do quite a lot. They can get a lot of scouting off, and they can be super annoying. But if they want to get into this area here, they have to go behind the mineral line and then go through it like this, which makes them killable. If you can actually get a kill off on a Reaper, it's so worth it. The natural expansion going down for a Terran player because it turns out you can. The barcode. Apparently Nightwarrior is the barcode. Thank you, Nightwarrior. Thank you for letting us know that. So, in fact, Nightwarrior, the barcode Protoss, is our hero Protoss for the day and the sender of the replay. We have, by the way, 17 viewers. If people want to send in a few more, and do feel free to go and tell your friends to come and watch your replays being cast, if they are, and if they're not, then we'll send in some replays, and then go and tell your friends that they can watch your replays being cast. I do have a ton of replays still to cast, though, as I have 13 emails. So I have 3 emails that from current, and I have some backlogs I can go back through if needs be. But there are 8 replays in one of these emails, so there's actually quite a lot of them overall. We're seeing what looks like a natural expansion and a hidden, semi-hidden Stargate. The Reaper having not gone anywhere near the Protoss base yet because he wanted to scout for proxies. Sensible proxy scouting. Question is, will he be able to see this Stargate or not? He's found the mothership core and therefore presumably could get into the main if he chose to do so. I have to admit, I would prefer to see him go after the main and scouting rather than these workers. Oh my god. Will he see the Stargate? Yes, he will. And presumably clicking on the Stargate will reveal that it is in fact a Stargate. I don't think he saw it though. No, he has no idea what that is. Well, he might have some idea what it is if he actually focused on it. But at this stage it's an Oracle coming out and the turret is already on the waist because he saw the Stargate, I believe. And at this stage there's very little that Oracle's going to be able to do in terms of kills. Yeah, just to clarify, some of the 13 emails I have are legacy emails, are quite old ones, and I may have to, go back and look at those later. Because people keep sending me replays for now, and I always like to live in the now. Bit of a pylon going down here, bit of a robo facility hidden just around here because any scans in the main would miss it, and any scans of the army up here would also miss it. It's the sort of thing that if he had a Reaper to scout with still, he could probably find fairly easily, but we're looking at Phoenix. The Oracle has gone out already, so potentially we're looking at a transition into Phoenix Colossus. Oh, it's magic, Bit of a twitch reflex there. The Oracle getting away with only a bit of shield damage. A couple of shots from Marine. Going to try and get into the main, try and kill off this mine, and actually going to succeed. But that's about the only kill it's liable to get, unless something goes a bit weird. Oh no, one worker kill, and now it has to pick away. I have to admit, if I were Jin, I would not be doing anything but moving mines. I would just be like, leave them there. But Jin does not seem to care about that sort of thing. So we're looking at an observer trying to come out, but unfortunately, being supply blocked on 52 means that you can't make units. And now we see a forge coming down for dem upgrades and potentially cannons, but I suspect more upgrades than cannons. That said, Jin has revealed the existence of the Widow Mines, and therefore it might make more sense to have cannons just up in behind the mineral lines, just to give detection in case the mines decide to try and burrow in. Couple more gateways coming down, making this into a 3-gate robo with a Stargate, making Phoenixes, and thus we expect to see Colossus range for Phoenix Colossus style. Warpower Phoenix Colossus style. The thing is, the Phoenixes that are over here are actually going to accidentally intercept this medevac. And okay, the medevac has 150 HP. Phoenixes are moving out! Oh no! Okay, Phoenixes do damage, I think, to them. If medevac's count as light, this will take 12 shots to kill, which is 4 shots per Phoenix, which is not an awful lot. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's 20 shots-ish. Meaning that actually it was in fact light. In fact, it's pretty closer to 10 shots. That's fine. So, the drop has failed. And actually at this stage, our Terran player is completely in the dark about exactly what's going on in this base. Not a scan has gone down. Another Marine's going out. And is going to see this Oracle. There you go. And die. Because it turns out Oracles do stunning DPS. Although the Oracle has now turned off its gun to prevent it being wasting power. Oh, nice. Now, that has the added bonus of basically being extra vision. Seeing what's in the bunkers, seeing this third base go up. That's really nice. It's a nice little catch there. Especially because that doesn't go away for ages. Like, seriously. It goes for like a minute, I think. Revelation for 60 seconds, which also means that the Terran player can't move out, because if the Terran player moves out, if Jin moves out, then Nightwarrior will be able to see it happening, which is never something... Oh, there you go. You can see the move out because of that there. And if the medevac picks that up... Oh no, but he now knows that the push out is real. Unless he's going to need a few units maybe to defend against this. Some Zealots would be good, some Stalkers would be good. He has some backing for the Zealots and the Stalkers that he doesn't quite have built yet, but at the same time, he's going for flat bacon. The flat bacon is real. The question is, how's he going to push away this attack? Because I don't think that Colossus and 3 sentries, 2 Colossus and 3 sentries, maybe. With the Phoenixes to back up, that could be enough. Especially because the medevac dies. The fact that the Vikings are on their way out, but they can be killed off because they are they take 26 shots to kill from a Phoenix, but Phoenix is fired twice at once. So it takes 13 volleys from a Phoenix, and actually when you have this many Phoenixes, yeah. Pew pew! Pew pew Phoenix. The thing is, there are observers in really good positions here. To see any kind of ground-based push, there are observers in the right place. And the fact that so much of the Terran army can just be picked up or shot by the Phoenixes means that this could be a really difficult really difficult attack to push in for our Terran player. But Protoss player is probably going to be fine. Possibly why the Terran's going home. Ain't nothing going to get in there, especially because while these cannons can be taken out relatively quickly by shooting down this pylon, they're still going to do 60 damage per shot between them. At every 1.25 seconds, and the Vikings, oh my god. The thing is, there's now 2 reasons to take this thing back. 1, it does detection, and 2, it allows him to just get a little bit of extra DPS in the fights and will soak a volley from a Banshee. Oh, from a Viking. But the count on the Phoenixes, by the way, is 9. Phoenix Colossus is a very strong build. The thing is, the Phoenixes take care of the things that would take care of the Colossus. They take care of the Vikings, they take care of the Medivacs, which basically means the Colossus then get to reign all over the bio and make their day sad. But, it's magic. And now, the big problem here is that the cannons are not done and the bio has already started stimming in. They are going to take a moment to kill all this off. Unfortunately, the Phoenixes are there, which means that these Vikings are not doing enough. You need to have a certain critical mass of Vikings before you can start taking on Phoenixes with them, and you don't want to waste sentries like that, but the force fields are real, and now the Medivacs are basically going to be picked off without any kind of recourse, because if the bio stops to fight the Colossi, they'll die, and if the Phoenixes pick up... no, they're not going to pick up the Medivacs this time. But if the Medivacs pick up, then the Phoenixes can just chase them down and kill them. And as Flurf in the chat correctly surmises, 4 Colossus is a little too much for that much bio. If the Vikings had been able to do their damage, it might have been different. They could have kited a little and manoeuvred. But because the Phoenixes were there, you can't kite Phoenixes. You just can't. They're too fast. I think they are, in fact, the fastest movement in the air. 4.25, I think they're one of the fastest units in the game. Also, when in doubt, make more racks. And actually, I like this sort of little expand place. Getting a sensor tower up, getting a turret up to defend against observers, and just against air units in general, and a bunker up just to hold that point, because while it won't necessarily do that much in the long run, or it certainly won't stop this kind of attack, and you just kill one of your own Phoenixes, it certainly won't stop this, but it will give him an extra few seconds to maneuver his own bio and get it into place. The thing is, there's 3 Vikings and a Ghost on the way at a time, which means that it is still possible to beat this army. It's just going to require some careful micro from the Vikings. It's going to be careful. As Shrine Kali in the chat is saying, it's going to require them focusing the Colossus instead of the Phoenix. But if they can get the EMPs off on the Phoenixes, then the Vikings will have a much easier time of killing them off, because if EMP does 100 damage to, well, shields, really, which is basically wipes all the shields off the Phoenixes altogether. That's the thing. Terran, again, Nightwarrior saying you need good micro to fight against this. To be fair, the Protoss needs to have a certain amount of micro as well. They need to position themselves so that they can dance the Phoenixes around and pick off priority targets with the Phoenixes, just to guarantee that they aren't going to get basically wrecked. But the Terran scanning himself, realizing I'm free of observers. Let's push forward and potentially run into what could eventually be a cannon wall, but it's not quite at the moment. Colossus pushing a little bit up there. I'm not sure I'd move them that close to the wall till it was done. We are seeing... we're seeing ghosts shooting at something, but I don't know what it was. Ah, the wall. Yeah, gotta love ghost fire. Apparently Interceptor is the fastest air unit. Aha, okay. Let's see. The thing is, I mean, there is a decent force for Terran, and there is a certain amount of it that can be used, especially against the High Templar. Really good to have ghosts. But, yeah. Weirdly enough, by the way, the move speed is categorized into 2.75 and slower for normal and slow and very slow units. And Overlords are literally the slowest unit in the game. But the fastest unit is, an Interceptor at 7.5. The next one down is a Zergling with apparently 6.1 speed when they're on creep with speed. Protoss army maneuvering. Terran army fortifying because bunkers and turrets are good. The question is, can they get them done before the army pushes in and kills that off? Probably not. The thing is, the Terran army is behind this, so the Phoenixes are going to be required in order to do this sort of attack. He's going to need them in position to defend. Oh, incoming pain train. The thing is, the storm is real. You just don't want to push into anything with it, especially not your Phoenixes. Oh, and the ghosts are dropping EMPs everywhere. The thing is, the damage is only temporary, so either the Terran does damage now or he's wasted everything. The Zealots marching into that Terran army and giving precisely zero shits about anything, and the storm coming down, which basically forces the Terran player to pull back because almost all of their bio was a little bit damaged down. The Phoenixes, while they are taking damage and falling slightly, the attack is successful, and the Colossi are now down to 3, but the Terran army is down to 35 supply, and some Archons morphing from those Templar mean that this attack can carry on. Because it turns out that Archons do sick damage. How fast is a lava? They are the fastest wigglers in the game, but they don't actually move, so the move speed is effectively 0. There is nothing that wiggles like them, but you need to keep them on creep. Their move speed off creep is awful. The third, by the way, being pressured, and the ghosts are here, but they're being attacked by zealots, which weirdly enough, they're actually quite good against zealots. The Phoenix is darting in to try and bait some EMPs out and do successfully do so, but there's not a lot on the ground that can actually successfully attack them. And Nightwarrior trying to get into this Terran Bio Ball, and the zealots just streaming in. They are going to struggle to take down this bunker, though, because it turns out bunkers have 400 hit points. I don't even know Kev. I don't know Kev. I don't know Kev. Who is Kev? Oh, wait. But yeah, this third is pretty much forfeit. Even if it lifts off now, the Archons will be able to finish it before it gets anywhere. And the Phoenixes, besides, will be able to finish that off as well. We are going to see this Planetary Thoratods in the background here, trying to get some serious work done. And apparently the channel that stopped hosting me was Poison TV, so I'm guessing they've just gone live. But thanks to them anyway for hosting me for a little time. The Bio trying to push forward here for our Terran player, but the Vikings getting picked off. The Phoenix is still a decent Phoenix count of 11. Which means that when the Protoss player eventually gets +3 weapons for air, +3 ground armor, and +3 ground weapons, it's going to be really hard to stop them. Apart from anything else, nothing says, oh god, like 3/3 zealots. Like, they tank so much damage. But the Planetary Fortress is there. Planetary Fortress is doing its damage, and it is going to fall because the Terran player is not repairing it. Oh god. The Bio tries to push in, but Archon and a few zealots will finish this off because the Terran player is not reinforcing it. There we go. The repair goes down. The repair is real. The Protoss army, however, is now just going to move in and try and kill off as much of the Bio over here as it can. The turrets are up. The bunker is still there, though, and I suspect it would probably have been more efficient to try and take out this Planetary Fortress. But the Protoss base is being dropped, and unless he comes back, these cannons are going to be basically all the defense he has for now. And if those, oh god, if those medevacs, nope, the medevacs are going home. The zealots running past this army and getting actually quite badly savaged. The Archons, the Templar, the Templar. Oh god, the Templar. We're in the Templar. That really looked painful, but Colossus Fire is still good from range, just from close. The bunker's going to burn down. Turret's going to be doing what it can, but the zealots are going to do some damage. Oh, the worker transfer there, really nice hit there. Even if all the workers weren't necessarily killed, Jin notices the game is done and his workers are about to get slaughtered, and GG's right there. Apparently there was a misclick by Nightwarrior, but it's all good because Nightwarrior, our Barcode Protoss, was able to get the game won and get into the